Good afternoon, and welcome to Valley United Way's 2013-2014 Annual Community Campaign, the 46th time that we are hosting this event. My name is Fred Ortoli. I'm the chair of the board of the Valley United Way. I'd like to thank you all for coming. It's my pleasure to serve as your Master of Ceremonies. We're thrilled to be here at Hubbell this year. It's a very special year for Hubbell. They're celebrating their 125th anniversary, and that's a very great achievement. I'll start by introducing the mayor of our host city, Mayor Mark Loretti. Mark has been a constant friend to the Valley United Way and all the nonprofits in the Valley. Just yesterday, the mayor hosted his annual golf tournament, which goes to support nonprofits. Mark?
Okay, Fred, where'd you get that picture? I'm not going to tell anybody it's a couple years old. All right, where's my script? I don't need one. Good evening. It's nice to be here at Hubbell, one of Shelton's very prestigious companies. I want to begin by saying thank you to all of you for being here, and thank you to Hubbell, our host tonight. You know, as I look back over time, and I see the involvement of our corporate community throughout Shelton and our Valley communities, it really speaks volumes to your commitment to people in society who need help. And oftentimes, these corporate people are criticized by people in government, by people in the public, and really don't understand, I think, what an important contribution they make year in and year out to help people who are in need. And so I say thank you, and I applaud you for stepping up and doing things that are important to people in our society. You know, after all, it is the American way. It's who we are. It's not about a handout, it's about a hand up. And, you know, I think that's the hallmark of a good organization that understands the important things that people need and try to provide those things so that they can help themselves. United Way certainly does that. This United Way, headed by Jack Walsh, is outstanding. I know I'm preaching to the choir here because you know that already, but it's important to be involved. So I encourage you to continue to do that. Jack, keep up the good work, and you know that I'll do my part as well. So thanks for being here, and let's have a great campaign this year.
Mayor, thank you for those kind words and for all you do for the United Way and for the Valley community. As I mentioned earlier, Hubbell is celebrating 125 years in business this year. That's a remarkable achievement, and we're all thrilled that they have chosen us. They have chosen to make Shelton their home and become one of the very best supporters of the Valley United Way. Last year, their combined corporate and individual campaign was over $100,000, which makes an incredible difference for the entire Valley. I'd like to ask John McFarland from Hubbell and also United Way board member to come up for a few words. John.
Welcome to Hubbell. I'm very pleased at the turnout for tonight, and I hope everybody's having a nice time. I'd like to thank Mr. Andy Andrews, busted his butt today to get this room ready, and Chef Eric and his team for preparing the food, which I've had a lot of very positive comments on, so thank you guys. Several of you have asked me, you know, how long have we been here, who's in this building, that type of thing, so I'm not going to bore you with 2 hours of Hubbell history or anything else, but I thought I'd give you just a couple minutes so you understand who Hubbell is and what we're all about. Harvey Hubbell started Hubbell back in the 1800s. He was a friend of Thomas Edison's. Thomas Edison had a light bulb. He didn't have any way to turn it off, and Harvey Hubbell invented the pull chain socket, and that's where our entire company started. And you can see a couple key milestones in the creation of this corporation. I stopped at 1975 because that's when things really took a change and we started growing via acquisition. This is, as Fred mentioned, our 125th year in business, and this is Hubbell today. Hubbell is a 3-platform corporation made up of about 35 different business units that are headquartered all over the country and all over the world. And we manufacture electrical products that you see every day. In fact, This building has over 300 unique Hubbell products in here from over 100 of our business units. So this building is really a Hubbell Taj Mahal, if you will, from the standpoint of the products. We've been a major part of the United Way wherever we've been. We started in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where Harvey Hubbell had the corporate office. When we moved the corporate office to Orange, Connecticut, you've probably seen our old corporate office on the Merritt Parkway with the big Hubbell globe. We worked with the New Haven United Way and had a long-standing relationship with them. When we moved to Shelton, and our corporate office is now on the 3rd floor, Tim Powers, our CEO, who's a major enthusiast for the United Way, reached out to Jack, and we've had a great relationship here. We have a campaign each year. I think last year we raised over $100,000 as a company and just had a phenomenal campaign. And we are looking to beat that this year. And I'd like to ask that everybody here that's running a campaign in their business do the same and try to really, you know, raise the bar and have a very, very successful campaign. So thanks again for coming. I hope everybody had a nice time, and if you have any questions about Hubbell or anything else, I'll be here the remainder of the evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John, for all you do. I should also mention that John was the campaign coordinator for that very successful campaign last year. And also, another little note, the city of Shelton has over $200,000 worth of Hubbell products in the Riverwalk area. So, at this time, I would like to acknowledge all of our other area businesses who serve as underwriters for our campaign. Their support pays for all the other events and materials that go into making a successful campaign. You can see it listed on the board over here. Before we move on to the main attraction, I would like to acknowledge our Valley United Way Corporate Volunteer Council for our one recent project and one upcoming project. As they do every year, the CVC clothed a large number of needy children for the start of the new year, and this year it was Seymour that was chosen. Thanks to CVC, 165 children went back to school with smiles on their faces, new clothes, fashionable new clothes on their backs, and a positive attitude about the new school year. That project had an estimated value of over $33,000 for the clothes, but as the ads say, the real value was priceless. Now that would be enough for most groups for an entire year, but the CVC has quickly turned their attention from education to hunger, and on September 28th, they will again be building another signature project, Harvest House. This marks the 5th time that they have pooled their talents and rallied the entire community to produce over 100,000 food items that will be distributed to the area food banks. I invite all of you to join them on the Shelton River Walk on September 28th. Let's all give the CVC a well-deserved big round of applause. I think there might be materials on the front, but that is going to be a very wonderful event this year. As long as, besides collecting food, there's going to be a lot of other activities, something for all age groups. So check it out. Please come down. Please support the event. And now we turn to today's featured attraction, the start of the annual community campaign. I'd like to introduce our dynamic 2013-2014 campaign chair, Tom Steeves, to tell you about this year's campaign. Tom?
Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Hubbell, for hosting this wonderful event tonight and organizing your own United Way campaign, which I hope many others will emulate. And if you have any questions, I think that the people here at Hubbell will be great resources for you to reach out to and speak with on how to make it exciting and get your employees involved. I'm honored and excited to be serving as this year's chair. Honored because I know just how important this campaign is to the entire community, and honored that I've been entrusted with this challenge. Excited because of the tremendous support and encouragement that I've already received from the quality campaign team that I have assembled. I understand how difficult the economy is and the tremendous amount of work ahead of us. However, I am very confident that we are going to have a successful campaign this year. We have to be, as there are too many people counting on us not to be successful. Before I introduce my volunteer campaign cabinet, I'd like to thank Webster Bank for funding a campaign assistant to help with this year's campaign. And I'd like to introduce Whitney McClendon, who will be assisting Jack, Sarah, and myself at the United Way office throughout the campaign. And now I'd like to introduce my team. As I call your name, if you would please come up here so everyone can put a name with the face. Alan Mockridge, Valley YMCA. Mr. Bill Pucci, Bill Purcell, Valley Chamber of Commerce. Chris Hill had to leave. He's been a tremendous help. Frank Michaud, I believe, is away. Fred Ortoli, Janice Sheehy, Webster Bank, Jimmy Tickey, Lauren Price Cassie, Melissa Pucci, Mike Nevis, GE, Mr. Robert Gambardello, Concierge Tax Service, Ron Villani, Suzanne Major, and Mr. Tom Sutnick. Get all this down. What a great group is in that. So now that we're all here, it's time to announce the campaign goal. This year, our team is going to raise $1,050,000. That will only happen with the support of everyone here in this room. And I'm confident that we can count on all of you to help us do so. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you all in April when we announce the successful road goals. That's it.
Tom, thank you for undertaking the challenge. We know that you can count on all of us to not only reach, but to exceed your goal. We have one last speaker. Our President and CEO, Jack Walsh, has asked for a minute of your time because he has some additional news. Jack?
Thanks, Fred. You know, this must be a very high-energy building. I called John earlier today, saw him up there speaking, and I didn't know anything was going on. Bill Purcell stopped by the office and said, you know, I think I saw John out on the road. And I emailed John, he said, yeah, he just come back from running 9.5 miles at lunch. So whatever you're doing here at Hubbell, it's definitely high energy. So, with that, you know, earlier in the program you heard about a couple of United Way supported efforts in the area of homelessness and education. Believe me when I say that that's only the tip of the iceberg of what goes on in the community with all the agencies that are here. And if all the agency people just hold your hands up for just a second, you know, I'd ask all the rest of the people, stop and talk to them for a minute and ask them what they do in the community. Of course, you're going to have about a week's worth of time to find out all they do. But they're the people that make it happen. I have the pleasure tonight to be able to announce a new special issues grant program that our board has just started. It's a $25,000 grant program, and it's in the area of early childhood education. And the board has set aside $25,000 for one or more agencies to apply and get to encourage collaborative efforts around the area of early education in the Valley. We hear so much about education reform today, but the best place to start is when the kids are young, before they even get to school. And we have some remarkable things going on in the Valley already. We think this $25,000 is going to spur some more efforts in that area. So we're very pleased. We're going to turn this around very quickly. We're announcing it today, and the board will make a decision in October. We'll be announcing that grant at the end of October, so something to look forward to. We're also announcing another effort that we're starting in the month of October to help families with the financial challenges faced during these volatile economic times. We're starting a program of periodic educational programs to assist families in planning for their own financial stability. I think the mayor summed it up pretty well before. You're not looking for a handout, you're looking for a hand up and better ways to manage your own finances and get on sound financial stability. This is going to be a periodic program over, well, I think it's probably going to be a permanent program. But we're starting with our partners at MetLife, and Allison is there. The first two programs will be held in October. The first one is on October 22nd. It's just on the general topic of financial management and the importance of planning your own future. We have another one right after that for 20 and 30-year-olds on the important financial decisions they're faced with that age. But over the course of the next year, we're going to be hitting just about every topic for every age group, because we all have tough decisions to make nowadays. Our dollars are important to us, and we have to learn the most efficient way to use them. So we'll be working with that. The session after that, I see my good friend Tom Sutton, he was here a minute ago. Tom is in the back in November. He's going to be running a program for us on estate planning. And, there's no one with more expertise in that area. Besides his own practice, Tom is also a judge of probate. So those are the first programs you're going to see quite a few over the next year, year and a half. So it's been my pleasure to announce that, something new, something different. And I think that's kind of what our United Way is all about, hands-on in the community. But it only happens because of the campaign and the support that you give. So I would encourage you to give, as I think Fred said earlier, or maybe it was Tom, there are an awful lot of people depending on what happens in this campaign. So I would encourage you to do your best for it. Thank you.
Jack, thank you for the good news. I have a bit of good news to give you myself at the end of as we end tonight's program. If you look around the room, you'll see the members of the Value United Way staff and the board of directors. They have already conducted their campaign, and I'm very happy to announce that at this point they're up over $38,000. So Tom, hopefully that'll give you a little bit of a start. I'd like to thank Hubbell once more for hosting us tonight, and for all of you for attending and showing your support. Don't forget, scan your QR code, pick up your gift on your way out, but don't run out, stick around, enjoy the food, the friendship, and thank you all for coming. We will see you in April.